Hello everyone, this is Daniel and Kelly, and today is a 1,000-calorie workout.
So we have combined HIIT, high intensity interval training cardio. We're also going to be doing total body strength, and we've got a functional core workout as well, so abs, obliques, and lower back.
And of course, this one, since it's so long, we've also included your warm-up and your cool-down, so this whole routine is completely taken care of. You don't need anything else.
Yep. So we are going to be showing both low impact and advanced options, so pick your difficulty level, and you can always bounce back and forth in between the two if you need to.
And remember, we are doing a strength training routine on this one, so you can use an optional set of dumbbells. We'll be using dumbbells, and we encourage you to do the same, but you don't necessarily have to.
Yep, you can always get creative. Anything that provides a little bit of extra weight counts. So otherwise, even with just your body weight, this is still going to be an awesome workout. So let's go ahead and get started.
All right, everyone, we need to go ahead and get our warm-up done. We're going to be doing each one of these exercises for about 30 seconds each, and we're starting off with an arm cross side step. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Here
Just
we
nice and slow. Try not to whack your hands on anything. Slowly step back and forth. Arms crossing over on top of one another. Make sure you have an opposite arm on top each time. If you want to, you can actually start working against yourself with those arms. Just try to build up a little bit more of a muscle fatigue in there. Try to warm yourself up a little faster.
Alright, next up is the high knee twist.
So a nice slow rotation. Bring your knee up, elbow across. So you're trying to rotate your shoulders as much as you can in the opposite direction as your hips.
So I'm going to be doing the low impact version today if you want to stick with me for the easier version. Daniel's got the more intense version. Choose your level of difficulty.
Yay for me.
Yeah. Alright, toe touch sweeps. So I'm actually getting over a flu bug. Really nasty flu bug.
A very nasty flu bug.
He was my witness. It was ugly. Anyways, I'm feeling better now, but that's why I win the low impact version today too. You guys ask us very often about how to work out when you're sick, and really the answer is just to listen to your body, do what you can, and there's nothing wrong with taking a rest day when you don't feel well, but it's always a good idea to lower your intensity while you're not feeling well.
Arm circles are next.
So something lower impact, no 1,000-calorie workouts when you're not feeling well, but especially stretching if you're really not feeling well, that can make a big difference. And just really light activity without kind of wearing you down anymore.
Yeah, sometimes working out when you're sick can make things worse and actually prolong how sick you are because you're using up energy that you should be using to heal yourself.
Yeah.
And other times, if you're just a little bit sick, it can actually make a difference in speeding things up.
Push-pull squats. So again, just listen to your body. And you really can tell, you know, sometimes it just feels a little harder, and other times you can tell your body's just saying no, and you should listen.
So make sure you're pushing and pulling against yourself. You're not just moving those arms back and forth. You're actually contracting those muscles, pressing forward, and pulling back along with that squat. Doing leg swings next. So just kind of reach down towards that foot and kind of like reach like you're trying to touch that toe. If you can, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Just make sure that leg swing is under control the entire time. You don't want to just literally just swing your leg around.
Just throw it up there and hope for the best.
Yeah.
End up on your back. Alright, he's going to switch sides.
Just keep those lungs open, keep those legs moving. If you've been sedentary for a really long time, you might need a little extra warm-up from this than what we're doing. But if you've been moving around quite a bit today, just go into a boxer shuffle. If you've been moving around quite a bit today, then you're probably going to be fine with the warm-up that we have set in here.
Yeah. But if your muscles are really cold, it's always going to feel better to get more warmed up by the time you get to that hit. Otherwise, you just end up feeling gassed really early. Your lungs and your muscles are just calling it, you know.
Yeah.
So good warm-up can help with a lot of things too. An extra long warm-up can be good, like if you have asthma.
What else next?
Or an injury you're working around. Getting the muscles really warm, lungs really warm, kind of slowly escalating can help you push yourself harder. And you can feel like you have a lot more to put into that real workout.
Just keep that motion going nice and quick for the harder version, or for the low impact like Kelly's doing. Just focus on range of motion rather than how quickly you're doing it.
Alright, jumping jacks. Ooh.
Contract that shoulder nice and tight. Don't just swing those arms around. Same thing with that leg and hip joint. You want that arm almost completely straight. No really bent elbows.
10 seconds of these left.
Just keep it going. Try to speed it up if you can.
Alright.
Alright, go back to that boxer shuffle. We'll be right back to start into that HIIT routine in just a second. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get our HIIT portion taken care of. So we're going to be doing our first group. Is it AB, AB, AB pattern? So 3 sets through of 2 different exercises, and we're doing 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You ready to go?
Yep, here we go.
Alright.
First up is fly jacks. Here we go.
So if you're doing the hard version, try to do this nice and quick.
If you're doing the low impact version, but you want to make it harder, you can always go into a squat, keep it low. You can always keep it low, it makes it harder. Otherwise, still move as fast as you can without that impact.
Alright, 10-second break. You can go into a boxer shuffle, or you can just do a nice slow, like shift your weight, or you can stop altogether and breathe, depending on how hard it is. Alright.
Oops, the low impact version.
Nice quick motion for the harder. You want to transition back and forth as quick as you can. Alright, back to that boxer shuffle. Keep those lungs open. We got 2 more rounds of each of those exercises. Start back over with those fly jacks.
Faster, faster. Go, go.
Now, if you're doing this really fast, make sure you're not limiting your range of motion. You want those arms all the way out. Straight line from one arm to the other. Don't let them stop like at a 45-degree angle. Alright, back to this pop squats next.
3 seconds. Go. So keep your weight in your heels, your back flat. Stick your butt out behind you when you go down.
Alright. 1 more round of each.
2, 1.
Keep those lungs open. Nice full deep breaths.
Break.
Alright, 1 more of the pop squats. We're going to move on to another 2 exercises.
2, 1. Go.
Still try to keep that back nice and flat. Alright, moving on to our next group, starting off with a front jack. Just concentrate on that form, keep it as clean as you can, as full of range of motion as possible, and then speed. Alright, side lunge pops, we're just doing 1 leg at a time for this one. The the last round we'll do left and right simultaneous. Alright, back to that boxer shuffle, front jacks again. How you doing so far?
Good. Not so bad.
Alright, start them up.
Yeah, these workouts, our 1,000-calorie workouts are intense, but honestly, some of our shorter HIIT workouts are more brutal.
Yeah.
So anytime you do HIIT for a really, like HIIT by nature is supposed to be short in duration, but so we have to kind of slow down the intensity a little bit to last this long. Still pretty intense.
Alright, moving back. That side pop lunge. We're going to be doing the opposite leg, so make sure you switch.
So try to spring up off of that leg that you're leaning into. If you want no impact, you can just do that side lunge. Just keep your foot on the ground the whole time.
Alright, back to that boxer shuffle. Got one more round of each. Back over those front jacks.
2, 1, go.
Five more seconds. Alright, this last one of these side lunge pops is going to be both sides. So it's going to be left side, swoop down, and then right side, swoop back. Start nice and wide, pop, swoop down the other side, pop, swoop back. Almost done. Alright, we have jump squat falls next. This is a new one. I don't think we've done this one before. So you start, jump down a squat, go forward in a push-up position, and then up. So the legs stay squatted. You try to do almost an explosive push-up to get yourself back up.
Just don't bother. They're just gonna find us like passed out in here one day, like both concussion.
Alright, back up. We got jumping lunges next. Try to keep your weight evenly dispersed from front to rear leg. Go as deep on that lunge as is comfortable.
Pull in your core, squeeze your glutes, try to keep everything tense, everything contracted.
Alright, we have to cut to a slightly lighter version to rest a little bit more between these sets now. Alright. Whew. Alright, back to that jumping lunge.
3, 2, 1, here we go. You can also make it slightly harder, stopping in the middle. So kind of the intermediate version.
Oh man, those quads are already burning out. Still have 2 more groups to go. Alright.
One more of each.
Yes. One more. Woo! Alright, one more round. That jumping lunge. done.
Keep breathing. Keep moving.
All right. One more group.
Another group down. Next
Got
up is rocket squats.
Mount climbers. Rocket squats first. So count 3 down. 1, 2, 3. Jump on the way up.
So if at any point you need a break, go ahead and take it. We get that question a lot too, and that's whether or not taking breaks will affect your, like, make the whole workout useless. And honestly, as long as you're challenging yourself, and the second that you can, you get back into the exercise, there's no harm in taking extra breaks when you need to. In fact, you can make sure your form stays clean that way. You can push yourself harder during the active intervals.
Mountain climbers.
Never bad to take an extra break. Just make it quick and keep your feet moving. Because if you stop moving, you kind of end up looking over at the couch and you're like, hey. It'd be easier to stop. Okay.
Back to those rocket squats. All right.
Mountain climbers.
Try to keep that belly pulled in nice and tight. Keep those feet moving. If you want a harder version, don't let that foot touch up underneath you. Try to keep those hips as low as you can.
I hate mountain climbers.
One more each.
Everybody hates burpees, but mountain climbers are my thing. I know I'm not alone. There are a couple more people out there. What's your guys' all-time, like, just no exercise that you really just hate for some reason?
I think mine is star jumps and lizard hops.
Yeah, star jumps are a special kind of. I don't know, there's still something kind of satisfying about them, you know? You kind of like explode and it hurts, but...
Ooh, or squat jacks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate squat jacks.
Yeah, that's true. Are they in this routine?
They're not.
Okay. Woohoo! Small victory.
We do have burpees, though.
Yeah. It's fine.
Can hardly get through a HIIT routine without at least doing one round of burpees.
I know, it seems like disrespectful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To burpees. Alright. Next up, high knees. We have to get this one group done and then we'll get a quick water break. So push through this if you can. Go.
Grab those knees up nice and high. You need to slow down and get extra range of motion.
If you're in the low impact version and this feels too easy, start adding in like a power knee every other leg there. Power skip.
Whew. All right, walk down push-ups are next.
Here you go. Oh.
Kelly encouraged me before we started to do jumps at the top of this walk down push-up. I'll be ignoring her suggestion. However, you can by all means add it in to make it harder.
There we go. We got one. There we go.
Just go to that happy place, get it done.
Alright, walk downs. You need to go to your knees, get that push-up in, and try to move as fast as you can.
Whew.
All right, one more of each. So close. Ten seconds left. All right, 20 more seconds of work.
All right, keep those feet moving. We're gonna give you a little bit of a water break. We'll be right back for that second group of HIIT. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and jump into our second group here. Start my timer.
Okay, squat, drop, high kicks. So,
right. Squat down, toe comes up. Same thing on the opposite side.
You're doing the low impact version.
Huh?
You're supposed to go like that, and then that, and that. Fine, I'll do it my own self.
I'm going faster than you anyway.
Talking crap. Okay, next is star jumps.
Yay!
Yeah, star jumps.
Yay! Let me say that again. Yay!
One more time with feeling.
Fake it till you make it. Alright, keep it going. Keep those lungs open. Jump as hard as you can. Get those arms and legs out nice and wide.
Alright, one round down. 2 to go.
Is this better, Kelly? You like this better? Am I doing it right? Alright, keep them going. We got 5 seconds left.
Good job.
Thanks, coach. Star jumps next.
Starting before the timer. Fancy.
Overachiever.
Get it. Now you have to go an extra second too.
If I can even finish it off as is. Oh man.
Good job.
Oh, that burns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
No.
it's going to fine. Okay. Squat, drop, high kicks. Try to move nice and smooth and land soft. Control your body and the way it's moving. You can move however slow you need to, though.
All right, last one of star jumps.
5 seconds. 2, 1.
Oh, wow. Every once in a while, those exercises catch you off guard. You're like, oh yeah, that's a lot harder than I remember last time.
Like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
2, 1. All right, one group down. Next, we're going to traveling spider push-ups. So these are kind of fun. So you're walking both hand and foot out to each side, come to the center in that tall plank.
For the harder version, you don't let that foot touch the ground as you bring it out. Ouch.
Right. Stay down here. We're doing a side plank with a toe touch.
Harder version is legs fully extended.
You can do it from your knees if you need the easier version. Just get your...
It's like, I think something touched my head.
2, 1. Ow, the outside thigh is just...
Ouch.
Hello.
All right, back to that spider push-up.
I'm just call them ninja push-ups. Make me feel sort of ninja-like.
Oh. All right, same thing on this side. Try to keep those hips up. Try to keep those hips and shoulders are perpendicular to the ground. Don't let them roll over forward or open up towards the ceiling.
Alright.
Ouch.
Spider push-ups. Two, 1.
Oh man.
Alright, so for this last one, we're just going to do a plank down the middle. Since we can't split the reps on either side, so just hold that plank, choose your difficulty level, so you can do it from your knees or from here.
Just keep those lungs open. Breathe deep. Try to recover as best you can.
2, 1. Right,
All
moving
right,
on
back
to
up.
butt kickers.
Keep those feet moving. Lungs open. Butt kickers next.
Yeah.
I'm doing the halfway version. If you want the harder version, you can do
Double butt kickers.
double butt kickers. I'm gonna do singles because I'm mighty tired. I don't want to hurt myself.
2, 1. Alright, here we go with the burpees. Out of respect. Have to include them.
You gotta include them.
So just walking out one limb at a time. If you're doing the easy version, just make sure that you kick out a different foot first each time. Alright, one down.
2 more of each of these.
2, 1. Pick up the pace. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Mine's no pace. 5 seconds left.
Alright, back to those burpees. Oh yeah, you were doing burpees in between. I'm sorry.
This is a good point to remind you that Kelly and I are not to be thought of as the hardest version you can do of all this stuff. Just examples. You can always go faster and harder than we are.
Right. Yeah. And you can always wear a weighted vest. I mean, there is no circumstance in which these exercises should be too easy.
Yeah.
It's all about what you're doing, like the modifications you make, how hard you're pushing yourself, the intensity you're bringing to the table. So it's up to you to make it as hard as you need to.
So if you're brave enough to come on and tell us this workout is too easy, not hard enough, it goes right back to you, my friend.
Yeah.
You're the reason why it's not hard enough. So push as hard as you personally can.
Back to those burpees. This is our last round of burpees, right?
Yes, it is. Or at least for this group.
What?
We got burpee holds at the end.
Oh yeah. Those are fun.
All right, power skip, reverse lunge.
Here we go.
You step back, power it up. Same thing on the other side.
And you alternate.
Alternate each time.
So just cut out the jump if you need to, and go into a calf raise instead of a powerful jump if you have neighbors, or if you're looking for low impact. All right. Here's one. Plank jacks.
Down that plank position. Hop those feet in and out like a jumping jack.
Power skips and lunges. Doing a little bit of sweating there.
A little bit. That's the problem with doing 30 minutes of a HIIT. You don't have much left at the end.
Yeah. These are definitely an endurance challenge. All right, 5 seconds. All right, so you can also go from your knees. Just tap out. And the time, worst comes to worst, you can even come right here and just hold it. So just do what you can, even when you're taking a break, to still be active, even just at a severely reduced level even. And it's better than just stopping cold.
Whew.
And here we go.
Oops. You know you're getting tired when your balance starts going.
Almost done. Got just one more group after this one.
All right. Squat lunges.
Nope, one more. Plank jacks.
Oh, plank
Sorry.
jacks, yeah.
Don't get too
More,
excited.
sorry, yeah. Trying to get done with this faster. Try to keep those hips low.
Alright, squat lunges and burpee holds. So staying low, just drop into that reverse lunge, come to the center, repeat on the other side. So if it's too hard, come up in the center, go down, come up, just break it into pieces if you need to. And there's one.
Oh man.
Burpee holds.
This is like sheer will at this point.
Here we go.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Two more
even
each.
a low impact version. I'm sweating. My muscles are burning. Alright, squat lunges. Here we go. Alright, burpee holds. Start it up. So stay low, keep your back flat. Your weight in your heels.
Ouch. Okay.
One more round. And we're done with our HIIT.
Oh man.
Yeah.
One more. Burpee holds our last one. Push as hard as you can.
Make sure you're breathing.
Ouch.
Okay, we are done with the HIIT routine. Now we're gonna move into that total body strength routine. So grab your dumbbells, grab a quick drink of water, and we'll jump right in.
All right, everybody, we have our total body strength section next. So with this one, we are going to be doing this timed rather than off of repetitions because, as you know, we are terrible with repetitions. So I'm not gonna lie. So we're going to be doing this for 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off to get you ready for that next exercise. There's really not going to be much of a break here. It's just going to be moving from one right into the next. So we're going to be doing this in groups of 2 exercises each in an A-B pattern, so 2 sets per group. Are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
We're starting off with the chest press. So this is going to be very fast paced. So, oh, you didn't get as much fun.
I didn't.
Right.
Oops.
See? Fast paced. So starting off with that chest press, you can press up into a bridge to give yourself more elevation. Otherwise, just dropping those weights down right about level with your chest, pressing back up. So when it's fast paced like this, the intervals are pretty long, so don't feel bad about, you're going to feel a little rushed, but that's not bad. We'll be a little rushed too, so just do the best you can.
So the nice thing about the timed interval is you don't have to really worry about number of repetitions. So if you get into it a little bit late, don't worry about it. Just keep those lungs open.
All right. Now we're going to be doing the opposite motion. So a row. So I'm using 4 pounds per hand on this one. Still working on strength in this range of motion. It's so hard.
So flat back, pull up and out to the side.
Sorry.
Similar motion to the chest press we just did.
So your body's going to try to cheat by throwing those weights up there. So force yourself to use the same speed, that smooth, controlled motion the entire time. No momentum. Got about 5 seconds left.
All right, one more of each.
I'm going to use 16 pounds per hand for this one. So by the end of that strength interval, you should be feeling pretty tired. Those muscles should be burning. Arms, your muscles should be shaking. So make sure you're lifting to challenge yourself. Make it count.
Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Keep that wrist right above that elbow. Nice, slow, controlled motion, pressing up and slowly coming back down.
Inhale as you lower the weights. Exhale during the hard part, but you're pushing back up.
If you have a bench handy at home, by all means use that bench. We're just trying to show you a version that you can do if you don't have that extra equipment.
Minimal equipment, yeah. You can also use a physio ball. Alright, back to that rope. Ten seconds left.
All right, moving on to our next group. We'll be starting off with a deadlift.
So you use 24 pounds per hand for this one. And
Nice flat back, relatively straight leg. So we're doing a straight leg deadlift. Slowly down and back up.
oh, I feel that.
All those HIIT exercises really work those legs, so you might not be using the same amount of weight as you normally would for a lower body strength routine.
And that's okay. It's to be expected.
One thing you do really want to focus on though is if you're already a little bit tired, that means you're going to be more likely to cheat. So really focus on that form.
Squeeze the glutes at the top of that motion.
Almost done. All right, we're doing just a traditional squat next.
And do 16 pounds per hand. So we put the HIIT before the strength training in order to protect you from injuries basically that would happen due to fatigue that you can otherwise avoid. So HIIT is so ballistic and you have to be landing just right so you don't sprain an ankle or a knee or pull something. So we always put this more grounded, steady, stable. Both of my feet are on the ground while I'm strength training.
Closed chain exercise.
You do that one, the one that requires 100% of your quick reaction first. And we don't always do it like that, but for these ones where you're really calling upon endurance, you want to do it that way just to minimize your chance of injury.
All right, one more round of each of those.
Alrighty. Goodness. I love lower body strength. It's my favorite.
I think most people can tell. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You're such a punk. As soon as I set these down, I'm going to smash them.
Just keep it going, concentrate on that form. Try to distract Kelly. All right, one more of the squat.
Okay, here we go. Make sure you're starting your squat by sticking out your butt behind you. Don't start with a knee bend. Start by hinging at the hip first. Keep your back flat. Keep your gaze up on the wall ahead of you. Don't let your shoulders round. Keep your weight predominantly in your heels. Make sure you feel it in your glutes as well as your thighs that way.
think my shoulders are gonna be dead from just holding this weight. All right, drop them. Shoulder presses next.
Okay, I'm gonna start with 12 pounds per hand. Let's see how long this lasts. Okay, here we go.
Keep that back nice and flat. Try to let your chest tilt back and arch your lower back.
I hear from a lot of people that they do our 1,000-calorie workouts, but then end up skipping the strength portion, either because they don't have equipment or because they haven't really gotten familiar with strength training yet. But honestly, if you want your workouts to be effective, add the strength training. It makes the biggest difference. It'll be your best friend for losing weight and maintaining weight loss and keeping a healthy body. I cannot stress that to you enough.
All right, dumbbell pullovers next.
16 pounds for this one. Don't kick me, okay? Okay.
Keep that lower back on that ground. Contracted core. Try to let that chest tilt. Drop those dumbbells as low as is comfortable. So because we're doing this so quickly without really a break in between, this should feel almost like a cardio routine. You should be breathing heavy, you should be sweating like crazy.
If you're not, it means you need to first check your form, and if your form is clean, increase the amount of weight you're lifting. And like I said, do not shy away from lifting heavy. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. As long as your form is on, there's so many healthy body benefits. And probably like what it'll do to your shape as well.
I'm dropping my weight a little for this one. I'm going to be going back into lower body for this next group, and then that will be our last group before we get a little bit of a break. We've got a ways to go before we get there. Ouch. All right. Alternating lunges next.
5 seconds left. Use 16 pounds total here.
I'm using 20 pounds per hand. Just a nice slow controlled motion. Step out as far as you can control. The further you step, the harder this lunge is going to be. Make sure you're evenly dispersing your weight from front to rear leg. Keeping those lungs open. Back straight up and down.
Ooh. 10 seconds left. Remember, you can always, just like with the HIIT, you can always stop and take a break. You can always drop your weights completely and just do it with body weight. Ooh. Yeah. All right, sumo squats. So a nice wide stance squat. Two, one, here we go.
That back should be almost perfectly straight up and down. Oh wow, yeah, his legs are tired.
Yeah.
You're getting the shakes. "10
seconds left. If your form starts to suffer, take a break, drop your weight. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew.
All right, back to that alternating lunge.
Here we go, 5 seconds. Start it up.
Oops. And slow. Try as best you can to drop straight down between your feet rather than letting your momentum take over and going out forward.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. One more sumo squat. We'll take a quick break. Shake those muscles out. There we go.
Watch that form, keep it nice and clean.
Fifteen seconds left. Try not to lock out your knees at the top. Oh. All right.
Whew.
There we go.
All right.
We've earned ourselves a quick break. We'll come back for that second half in just a minute.
All right, guys, we need to get that second half of this strength routine done. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Get my timer started. We're doing an overhead tricep extension first, so go ahead and grab your weights for that one. I'm going to be using 15 pounds per hand.
I'm using just one weight, 16 pounds. So you can do it either way.
Mm-hmm. So get those hands straight up over top of your shoulders. Bend just the elbow, straight back behind your head as far as is comfortable, and then press them right back up. Try to keep that upper arm stationary so that elbow is directly above that shoulder. It doesn't move. Keep that back as neutral as you can. You're going to have a tendency to want to arch your back out, but don't do that. Try to contract your abdominal muscles. Pull those hips back underneath you. You should just barely be able to see your arms out of your peripheral vision, if at all. If you can see them really, really well, your arms are way too far forward. You okay?
The good thing that was the last rep. All right, now
bicep
bicep curl. Use 12 pounds per hand on this one.
And I'm going up to 20, but see if my arms will handle this after doing so much. Just take your time, nice slow controlled motions. Keep your elbow directly underneath that shoulder. As you curl it up, curl that hand up to your shoulder, don't let those elbows kick forward. You want to keep them pulled back. No momentum, neutral spine. Keep those lungs open, just keep them going. Almost done. All right, one more of each. Start back over that tricep extension.
I'm going to lower my weight this time to 12 pounds. I'm struggling in there. Good.
That's the idea. You don't want to make it easy for yourself. Remember, you can do this seated if you want to. You don't necessarily have to do it standing. Keep it going. You trying to will it to be 10 seconds?
No, it's 5 seconds.
Oh. Youch! Alright, back to bicep curl.
Seconds. Alright, here we go.
As you can see, Kelly's kind of switching back and forth between a regular curl and a hammer curl, which is perfectly fine. They work that bicep just a little bit differently.
That's halfway.
Short break. Five seconds. And let it relax. All right, moving on to the next group. We're doing an alternating side lunge next.
I'm going to use 8 pounds per hand on this one.
So feet out nice and wide. Drop off one leg at a time. Just alternate back and forth. Ten seconds. Both watch the clock. Almost done. All right, doing a clean and press next. We're gonna do one side at a time. So you just need one dumbbell.
I use 16 pounds.
So use those legs, pop it up to your shoulder, use those legs again to pop it directly up. Let it down slow.
Halfway. Keep it going. Ten seconds.
All right, let down and relax.
Back to that side lunge.
Feet nice and wide. Again, alternating back and forth. Keep that back pretty much straight up and down. Kicking that knee kind of off to the side rather than forward. Getting the shakes again.
Yeah. 5 seconds.
Alright, coming back. So we're going to clean and press again, but on the opposite side. Make sure you're using the same amount of weight, no getting to drop. Alright, use that momentum through those legs. Remember, this is a predominantly leg-driven exercise.
Yeah, so make sure you're driving that power through your legs.
This isn't supposed to be driven from a shoulder. The shoulder's just supposed to be a little bit of an extra stabilizer. 5 seconds.
Alright, ventral raises. You use 4 pounds for a hand.
Oh, I'm jumping down. 10, hopefully I can finish it. So straight up in front. You can either stop at shoulder height or all the way over your head, whichever is more comfortable, whichever you have control over.
Make sure you're controlling that motion.
Ooh, that burn is mighty intense.
10 seconds. Okay.
Alright, bent over, dorsal raises next. So similar motion, tipped over, pulling back.
Okay. Make sure you're not letting those weights swing. You want to be the one dictating the motion the entire time. So even on your way down, really make sure to slow it down. Let those muscles burn all the way down.
Almost done. All right, back to that ventral raise. Those arms relax for a second, shake them out if you got time.
There you go.
Just go to that happy place. Focus on that form. Do as many as you can with clean form. You want those muscles to be burning, so if they're not, check that form and then check that weight.
Five seconds. Hang in there.
Chimoni.
Shake those muscles out.
Dorsal raises next. Have just one more group after this exercise. Oops.
There we go.
Intentionally running a little slow here.
Yeah. I had to go check on a thing over there.
Yeah. Flat back, straight arm. Pull those arms straight back behind you as high as you can.
Ten seconds left. Oh.
Ouch. All right, curtsy lunges next.
So this is our last straight set. So you're almost to that core portion, which means we're almost to that cool down portion. So we're getting there. Okay, here we go.
Step back behind you and across slightly. If this feels too unstable for you at this point, just do a regular reverse lunge. It'll be a little bit more stable.
You can always do it with no weight at all.
Mm-hmm. You always want to push yourself as hard as you can, but you never want to injure yourself.
Yeah.
So you've got to know your limits with each exercise.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Alright, calf raises next.
Yeah, everything is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Nice straight back. Press up on those toes. If you have a step handy, you can use that for a extra range of motion. If you need to drop a weight and use a wall for a little bit of extra balance, do so, but try to use it as sparingly as possible.
Try to squeeze at the top. Really emphasize that motion there. Let it burn. Ouch.
I was burning more my calves or my shoulders and grip.
Yeah.
Alright, Kirsty lunge
one
again.
more of each of those.
A little over halfway. All right, last one of those. We just got calf raises next.
I use 8 pounds per hand for this. Alright, you ready?
Yep. So last exercise, keep pushing through it. You get another rest break after this, then we hit that core. Pretty much there's not going to be a part of your body that we don't hit today. Though these 1,000-calorie workouts are really, really good for just completely tearing you apart, you want to make sure that you don't jump right back into a workout after this, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
These are best used for the last workout of your training week. So you get at least a day or two of complete rest before you start into another routine.
So you can't exercise tomorrow. You're just gonna stick to low impact stuff. Like if you check out our low impact cardio, no more HIIT, no more HIIT.
No more HIIT or strength training
tomorrow. So and stretching is always good. But we will be back in just a minute to finish up with abs.
Alright everybody, just one more section of work before we get to our cool down. This is going to be our core section. Are you ready to go? Alright, let me get my timer started. We're doing each one of these for 50 seconds with a 10-second break / prep to get into the next one. Alright, so our first one is going to be a Russian twist. So sitting on that tailbone, you're going to keep that back perfectly flat and then you're going to lean back and rotate from there for your motion. Ready to go? Alright.
Here we go.
Lean back and rotate. You want those arms straight in front of that chest the entire time. Don't let them swing off to the sides. Just get a nice slow rotation, left to right, keep that back perfectly flat. So you don't want to let yourself start rounding forward. You want to keep everything nice and straight to that back. Just keep those lungs open, don't hold your breath. The further you lean back, the harder it's going to be. Just lean back as far as you can control. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. Let's keep it going. And short little break. We're doing swimmers next, so roll over onto your stomach. Nice slow motion. Left arm, right foot up. Right arm, left foot. Man, I can feel that all the way through my hamstrings and everything. Nice, slow, controlled motion. Ooh, you even hovering?
Getting fancy. Yeah, if you want to make it easier, rest in between each. Let each arm and leg rest in between a rep. If you want to make it harder, just hover them over the ground. So you're never resting those muscles.
Let's keep those lungs open. And let that relax. Jackknife crunch next. So flat on your back, arms and legs out in opposite directions. Flatten that back to the ground, then pull those arms up and those legs at the same time. Crunch up towards those toes. Full extension on those arms and legs for the harder version. If you want an easier version, bend those knees. Keep those lungs open. Make sure you're either breathing in and out the entire time, never holding that breath. Let it relax. We're moving on to a side hip raise next. So roll over onto one side. For the easier version, keep those knees bent. For the harder version, extend those legs out.
And my arm is like quivering over here.
Try to keep those hips and those shoulders perpendicular to the ground. Don't let your shoulders roll over or open up. You should be feeling it on the oblique on the bottom side of your body. Feel like you're trying to pull that shoulder down underneath. Ooh, man, I'm glad I didn't try the harder version. Let's keep it going. 10 seconds left. All right, same thing on the other side. All right, nice straight line through that body. Bring those hips up. Remember, try to feel like you're pulling that shoulder down underneath your body. Really get a tight squeeze in the oblique on the bottom side from base of the rib cage to the crest of that hip. A little over halfway. Ten seconds.
3, 2, 1.
All right, back onto your stomach. We're doing back bow crossovers. So start with both your legs and your hands kind of pulled off to one side. You'll lift both of them up and over. Squeeze both to the opposite side and back. Harder version is keeping those arms and legs hovering. Easier version is letting them completely relax every single repetition.
You can pull your hands in to make it easier if you start to get too tired. You can also rest in between each repetition rather than hover to make it easier.
Still trying to concentrate on getting as much range of motion as you can. Running into each other.
Next up, the knees are crunched.
So easier version is hands on the ground, kind of fingers facing back towards those hips. Crunch those knees in as tight as you can, and then lay flat out, extend those legs out, and flatten that chest, or flatten that back out nice and straight, and then crunch it back in, curling forward. Harder version is keeping those hands up off the ground and crunching in from there. That's a good burn. 5 seconds left. Relax. We're moving on to windshield wipers next, so lay flat on your back. You can do this either with those legs fully extended or easier version with those knees bent. Arms out nice and wide. Drop those legs off to the side as far as you can control. Keep those shoulders on the ground. And same thing over to the other side. Remember, only go as far as you can go without letting those shoulders pull up. Whew. So just start slowly bending those knees as they start getting too difficult. The more you bring those knees in, the easier it's going to be. The less range of motion you go, the easier it's going to be.
Alright, back bow pulls.
Alright, so laying flat on your stomach again. Arms are going to start out extended straight. Back bow up. Pull those elbows in, extend out, and drop. Let it relax. Back up again. If you want it to be harder, you can always hover in between repetitions. Just keep it going. Alright, toe touch crunch next. So back over onto your back. I know there's a lot of flipping back and forth, but you want to make sure you're not using the same muscle group over and over and over again. That's why we keep rolling back and forth. Whew. This one's gonna hurt. Just keep those lungs open. A short little break when you need to. Wow. Okay, bird dog is next. So over onto your hands and knees. One arm, one leg comes up, also opposite arm from opposite leg. Nice and slow. Bring it up and slowly back down. Left arm, right leg. And then right arm, left leg. Alright, side crunches next, so lay on your side. Tuck those knees up. Bottom arms be wrapped over your stomach. Top arms behind your head. Crunch up, bring that elbow down towards your hip. Nice tight squeeze. Try to keep it contracted the entire time. Don't let it release. Try to get as much range of motion out of it as you can. Keep those lungs open. If you want to get your breathing into it, it's going to be exhale as you squeeze up. Inhale as you slowly come back down. Alright, same thing on the other side. Should have one more exercise after this. Remember that bottom arm is going to be wrapped across in front of your stomach. Top arm is back behind that head. Nice tight squeeze. Just keep those lungs open. Exhale as you squeeze up, inhale as you drop back down. Ten seconds left.
Right.
Alright, last exercise.
It.
You got just a traditional crunch. Hands back behind your head. Don't pull on your head, just have your hands back there. Just crunch up as high as you can. Nice tight squeeze. Slowly let it back down, but don't let it completely release. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can always extend those arms out, put a little more leverage on it, make it a little bit more difficult. Or keep those hands down. Just focus on a little extra range of motion. You want to make sure that lower back stays flat against the ground as you crunch. You never want to come up onto that tailbone. And let that relax.
The sound of victory. Right.
That is the last of the hard stuff. All we have left is our cool down stretch. And, oh, that's going to be nice and victorious when we're done.
Alright, so let's start out reaching for our toes here.
Okay.
Kind of a basic toe touch.
Keep those legs straight, keep those toes pulled in. Just kind of go down as far as it's comfortable. You don't need to actually be able to touch your toes. You don't need to be able to go past your toes. Just make sure you feel that stretch to the back of that leg. Tuck that chin into that chest as well. Just breathing normally, let everything relax.
Right, what do you want to do next? What's your plan?
You're asking me?
I was getting really quiet. I was wondering which one of us.
Yeah.
Alright, so fold your legs back and pull this one back up towards your body so you get a good stretch through the front of your thigh. If you want to, you can twist through your torso. Get in some trunk movement as well. And kind of open up your chest while you're doing this because you're using this arm to hold your leg back. So if you pull that other shoulder back, you can get a good stretch through your chest. Again, while you're doing all these, kind of rolling around your neck, looking around left and right, side to side, really maximize the amount of stretching you're getting in while you're working out. And, you're focusing on your legs, but there's no reason you can't stretch your neck as well.
Okay, let's switch sides.
Let's do a calf stretch. So I want to kneel and take that leg up like you're trying to put your heel into the ground. You won't be able to, but act as if you are. You should feel a good stretch through your calves.
Keep stretching my mat.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and switch sides. Step back, press up into a downward dog. Try to get a good upper body stretch on this as well. Try to press your heels down to the mat, but try to press your head in between your arms as well. Okay, we'll walk down and do a cobra.
Try to lock those arms out if you can. If you can't quite get that far up, if you're not quite that flexible, that's perfectly fine. Just try to keep those shoulders down away from those ears.
Right now, press back into a child's pose. So press your hands down against the floor like you're trying to press through them. You should feel a good stretch through your upper body again, as well as your lower back and shoulders.
Go and move into that shell stretch. Those hands down by those knees. Push into those the palm of that hand. Round those shoulders up. Tuck that chin to your chest. Really stretch that lower back out. A little shoulder twist if you want to.
Let's get in some more your arm cross stretch. So grab your arm, pull it across your chest here. Press your feet together into a butterfly while you do this. If you want to multitask, you just lean forward a little bit. Go ahead and switch sides. Take your feet a little further while you're holding that stretch.
Keep it flat back and lean forward. You should feel it stretch down inside your hip socket.
forward completely over those legs. So you feel a good stretch again through your hip socket, as well as through your thighs, your lower back. Kind of lean back and forth a little bit. Right, now slowly roll your way back up. Big shoulder roll. Really exaggerate it. Back and then forward. Do this a few times.
Go into an overhead tricep stretch. So one hand comes over, reach towards that shoulder, grab that elbow, and even lean away from it a little bit. You should feel it to the outside of your torso, as well as in the back of that tricep, back of that upper arm.
Switch sides.
And let that one relax. Let's go through that neck real quick. So nice and slow, chin to chest, just kind of slowly roll it down. Keep those shoulders pulled down away from you. Hold it there for just a second. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, put your hand on the back of your head and just with the weight of your arm, just kind of let that arm go dead a little bit and see if that gets you a little extra stretch. Just don't pull on it.
This is a place where I am not very flexible. When I was, I think when I was 20, I was driving to pick up a friend and a drunk driver hit and run me in a car accident, and ever since then, had to work on it. Stretching helps a lot though. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know where I would be without exercise, you know?
Yeah. Good, let that relax. Kick that chin up towards the ceiling. Shove that chin forward a little bit, get a little extra stretch.
Some nice deep breaths here.
And let that relax. Lean your head off to the left, drop your right shoulder. Should feel that stretch right across the side of your neck. And same thing over the other side. Lean to the right, drop your left shoulder. And let that relax. All right. I think that is it, which means this workout is complete, and an epic workout complete it is.
Yeah, let us know if you made it all the way through. Let us know what you thought the hardest part was, maybe the most fun part, the easiest part, any suggestions for what you'd like to see in the future. We love hearing your feedback, and we always listen. So talk to us.
Yeah, congratulations. Thanks for sticking with us all the way through this. Go get a drink of water, go get a snack, and a big pat on the back for getting done.
Good job, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.